Education Minister Dr. WAEC says the ministry is working with the West African Examination Council to introduce a serialized test system to stamp out issues of examination malpractices. WAEC has come under intense criticism over its failure to deal with the perennial leakages which have characterized the BEC and WAEC. The Africa Education Watch in the year 2020, in its 2020 report, indicted WAEC over these leakages, claiming the council has reneged on its supervisory role. WAEC has dismissed the claims, threatening legal action. Dr. Educhum says the ministry is finalizing a move to serialize exam questions to block the incidence of leakage. My colleague Manuel Cranting was with the minister on a tour of some senior high schools and now reports.
Education Minister Dr. WAEC Educhum interacting with students of the Kwabenya Community Day Senior High School as part of his tour of the schools sitting the 2021 West Africa Senior School Certificate Examinations in Accra. He has been encouraging the students to take advantage of the free senior high school policy to make themselves, their parents and the entire country proud. He says government had commissioned investigations into the alleged leakage of exams questions.
Based on what WAEC is telling us, their systems are fine. But there has also been some allegations which we have asked that WAEC look into so that any issues that are there can be prevented in the future. And we can avoid situations where people are attempting to either sometimes create websites where they may put on questions that may come or may not come with serious repercussions for the students. Can we imagine being fooled into thinking that some questions are coming that doesn't show up? The rogue website situation, I think the law enforcement is working on it.
As a further step in blocking future repetition, Dr. Educhum said the ministry is working with WAEC to introduce a test serialization system.
And that is what we have begun discussion with WAEC about. We are even talking about serialization, which means there can be about 5 to 10 versions of the same test. So if somebody creates a rogue website and says this question has leaked, there are about 10 versions. How do you know that question is even going to be in your school? Or even if it comes to your school, how do you even know that that will be the question that you're going to be answering? So we are talking to WAEC about a number of things that will make sure that we put to rest this argument as to whether something happened, didn't happen. If we take away the opportunity to say that, yes, we have 10 versions of the test in English, and no students would then rely on anybody going to leak questions because they don't know what is going to show up on the exams. Even if version 1 leaked, what about version 2 to 10? So I believe that just as is being done in other jurisdictions, digital exams, of course, is the future. And that future should be happening in this country. But before we get to digital, we should be looking at serialization.
Meanwhile, the candidates themselves say they are confident of passing the exam.
I'm expecting A's, at least A, B's. Yeah, I don't want to go to C. I'm expecting A, B, like EMAS, maybe at least by B, then like Science A, Commerce A.
Our teachers have done so well by taking us through all the 4 core subjects and also our 4 electives. And we are very confident that with their help we will be able to pass the WAEC very well.
It was normal. I felt like I was in class, just practice. Score plenty A's. That's my expectation.
Apart from Kwabenya SHS, the Education Minister visited West Africa SHS and Frafraha Community Day SHS. For Joy News, Manuel Cranting.